All right, we find out what is in that aloe vera and also how big of trouble Manny and Ray are in. Let's talk about Dope Thief episode 2. Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass. I'm here to talk about Dope Thief Episode 2, which comes to Apple TV Plus on March 14th, 2025. It drops the same day as Dope Thief Episode 1. Apple TV usually does that, drops 2 episodes in the same day. I'm a little behind, but here is my Episode 2 review. It continues the story of Episode 1 after Manny and Ray got themselves into a score that I think they were not prepared for. This shows them trying to distance themselves, but also save themselves and the ones they love. So is Dope Thief worth watching? Should you go on this journey with Manny and Ray? My hot take is I definitely think you should watch it. I love this episode. I like the series a lot. I think it's really gritty. It's tense. It's got a great cast. Has some really, really good effects. Overall, I'm really enjoying this series and I am excited to see where it goes. I'm nervous to see where it goes, but I'm really excited to see where it goes. I definitely think you should watch it. Definitely check it out. It is worth getting Apple TV Plus for because it is just such a solid, solid series. So all that being said, I'm going to tell you a little about the episode, a few things I like, a few things that I didn't like, and then really quickly go into a recap. So as you can imagine, there'll be spoilers in the recap section. If you don't know what happens in this episode, I would turn off when you get to the recap. Before that, though, I'll keep it vague. I'll keep it spoiler-free. I'll let you know when I get to those spoilers. So Dope Thief Episode 2 continues right where Dope Thief Episode 1 laid off. That was after Manny and Ray got this tip for this big score, but it turns out that they maybe bit off more than they could chew. They took out a cookhouse. Potentially there were a couple undercover agents there, and they got on the radar of this very, very bad man. Episode 2, they start to try to cover their tracks and try to save themselves and the ones that they love, but I think they might be a little bit over their head. We will see. So, things I liked about this episode. The first, I love the cast. Great cast. I liked the cast. It's the same cast as the first episode. I love the cast in the first episode. Love the cast. It's such a good cast. I love Brian Tyree Henry, Wagner Moura. They're both great. Marin Ireland makes an appearance here. We finally get to see Nesta Cooper and Ving Rhames. They both make appearances in here. So again, fantastic cast. Love it. And I can't wait to see where it goes. Second thing I love the tension. Just really, really tense moments, especially during some of the action sequences. Very, very tense moments, very kind of hold your breath kind of moments. And also there's some scenes where threats happen and you're not sure if it's going to happen immediately or in a little bit, and that kind of ups the tension overall. Third thing I loved, the action. There's a decent amount of action in this episode. I thought it was really well done, and it's not just a shootout, which is what we saw mostly in the last episode. Now there's a couple different types of action, and they all are fantastic. Fourth thing I loved, I love the effects. The effects are really, really good. Practical effects, gory effects. There's some fire. There is some, there's some crashes and things like that. There is a lot of gore, and it all looks wonderful. And the last thing I loved, again, I love the cinematography. It has this kind of washed out, weathered look to it. The colors feel a little bit muted. It definitely looks like a place and a kind of lifestyle that wears on you. And I think that's the whole point. That's the whole idea here. The city is not doing great. That is why Ray and Manny are in this situation. And it definitely shows through in how the series looks. So there really wasn't anything I didn't like about this episode. I'm really enjoying this series. So I think you should check it out. Get your favorite substance, whatever that may be, and check out Dope Thief Episode 2. It's coming to Apple TV Plus on March 14th, 2025. If you do check it out, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear it. And I'm going to really quickly go into a recap right now. So if you don't know what happens in this episode, I would turn it off now because there will be spoilers. So Ray and Manny are trying to cover their tracks after their pretty horrible escapade last time. They burn the van, they throw the guns in the river, they throw license plates in there. It's really funny because they have a competition with the license plates and they throw them and they both just veer off onto what I assume is the riverbank and not into the water. I feel like they need to go down there and throw those back in the water. It's a nice scene, but when the license plates kind of go, they veer off way to the right. I assume they're going to end up on the banks. But they try to clean themselves up and then figure out who's looking for them. Ray goes back and tells his mom that she has to get going. He says that she has to go to Atlantic City that night. He won a contest. She's like, I can't upend my life. I've got things to do. And one of the most important things she has to do is she has to meet with this lawyer. For some reason, she's getting this lawyer for Ray's dad to try to help him get out of prison. And Ray's like, look, just go. You got to go. You got to leave right now as a prize. You're going to lose it. I will take care of your dog. I will meet with the lawyer. This apparently gets her to go. Now, Ray goes and grabs all the guns and drugs from the last heist and heads to Sun's place. Sun is like seems like someone who has been a mentor to him. Seems like he gives him information and things like that. Maybe launder some of their money. And when he gets there, he gives the stuff to Sun. Sun puts it in his safe, and he tells him that the aloe vera bottle that they got, the aloe vera bottle that they got, are liquid meth, and they're very highly concentrated liquid meth, and that's how they can get smuggled. They like dilute it down, and like concentrate it into these aloe vera balls, and then you can dilute it down into, I guess conventional street meth. So he tells them that it seems like their job was in the news, and they have some very bad people after them, and so he gives Ray some bulletproof vests. Now then Ray goes to prison to see his dad. He wants to know if his dad said anything because there are a few people that knew about Ray's operation. One of them seems to be his dad. I don't know why he told his dad. Maybe his dad connected him with someone. I don't know, but it's weird that he would tell his dad what he's doing, especially when he hates his dad so much. But Ray goes to talk to his dad in prison, and his dad, after a tense kind of meeting, he says that there is someone that might have, been told, this person named Danny Loebsack. So Ray and Manny go to check on, I guess, any Loebsack in the city. I can't imagine there. I mean, I bet there's a ton, but they find a few, and the first one they go to is this like house out in the countryside, and they get there, and everyone is slaughtered. The entire family is slaughtered, murdered. Looks like Danny, I presume Danny was tortured. His hand is like cut off. And after they find all this, Ray and Manny get ambushed. They get pinned down by some bikers who are shooting at them. Now, eventually, they're able to take them out. The car gets shot up, but they were able to survive. And Ray kills one of them. Manny kills the other. The car is shot up. Manny has blood on him, and so they go and clean up the car and plan their next move. Now, before they left, they took the phone from one of the bikers. I think this person's name was Eldon. And that phone gets a call that Ray picks up and pretends to be Eldon. And the voice, this New England voice that we've heard before, tells him to head to Ray's place. And so Ray is like, okay. And he and Manny go off and try to pack up their lives. Now, meanwhile, the cops are investigating all this. They're investigating the scene of the crime. And then they go talk to Mina, who has woken up from surgery. And they tell Mina that they're going to stop the investigation. They're going to put it on hold. And Mina's like, no, don't do that. We're too close. One of the people that was killed, who was also an undercover cop, thought that there was like some big score happening or some big thing that they were searching for. And so Mina doesn't want them to stop investigating. She says she's going to go undercover as a witness. And so they basically say, okay, great. Like you're now a witness. Good luck. Ray goes back to his apartment and grabs Shermie, the dog, and also his records. Those are the two things he, I guess, cares most about in the world, the dog and the records. And then he goes and heads to his storage unit. Now, while he's waiting out there, he passes out and he wakes up to that burner phone ringing. He picks it up and the voice asks if it's done. And he's like, no, he still hasn't been here. And then the voice is like, you know what? Come on by. We're grilling up some steaks. You should come by and take a break. And he's like, oh, that sounds delicious. And then the voice is like, when did you become a meat eater? You're a vegetarian. And so that's when the voice realizes that this is not his, person he hired. I think the person's name was Eldon. This is Ray, and he starts threatening Ray, saying that he's going to kill Ray, kill everyone he knows, maybe start with Ray's father. Now, this is kind of a funny scene because he talks about how he's going to torture Ray's father, and Ray's like, go ahead. I hate that man. Go ahead. But eventually, Ray is a little bit concerned, and he heads to Manny's place. And when he gets there, Manny's place is empty, but someone is there staking it out. Another set of bikers are staking it out. This leads to a foot chase that is pretty exciting. I liked it a lot. It was like a nice change of pace. Before this, we had mostly gunplay. Now we get a nice foot race between Ray and a biker. Eventually, it ends when a truck hits one of the bikers, pins him against the wall, and just like mangles him. Um, the cops show up because there's an accident and someone died. They show up very quickly. I don't know how they got there so quickly, but they show up and Ray just like casually walks away. And you're like, you would think the cops would like stop people from leaving. They'd want to question anyone, like not even just profiling. Like they'd want to question people, be like, hey, do you see what happened? We need to get some statements. Ray just walks away and blends off into the crowd. So after this, Ray heads to Michelle, the lawyer's place, the lawyer that he was supposed to see earlier. He missed that appointment, but now he shows up. She makes time for him. She tells him that his father might be up for a compassionate release because he has some sort of disease. I think it's cancer. I don't remember 100% what it was, but I think it's cancer. And so she thinks that they might be able to get him compassionately released. And Ray gets very emotional about this. I think it's because of everything that's happening. I don't think it's specific because he might see his father. I think he's just emotional about everything that's happening. And he says he'll get her the money that she needs. And then that burner phone rings. And she asks, "Why is your ringtone Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf?" And Ray just starts laughing. He's like, "I've been wondering that too." And that's the episode. And that is also the title of this episode. But that is where the title of this episode comes from. That is Dope Thief episode 2. So we got some questions still, like, how long can Ray and Manny run? They've already left a pretty big body trail. It seems like there's only a matter of time before they will be on the cops' radar. How long can they run? How long can they avoid this mysterious drug kingpin? Is this lawyer going to get involved? I assume she is. She does criminal work, so perhaps she can help Ray with his future case. He's got the money now. He should probably give her the money now so that she can, pay for his defense and start working on his defense. I guess we'll see. We'll see how involved they get as this series continues. And also, is that going to come back to bite her? Is this going to be a person that is going to be targeted? We'll find out. Is Manny safe? We haven't seen Manny. I assume he's safe because we haven't heard anything from him. But is Manny safe? Is Manny's family safe? Is Ray's mom safe? All of those are questions we will find out later, but that is Dope Thief episode 2. I definitely think you should check it out. This series has been really, really good. I've enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So if you check it out, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear it. And thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.